first thing that we're gonna address today, I think it's very, very important to address this issue with you guys live. I already prepared an entire module and lesson about this subject, but it's just so important. It's so common these days that I need to address this before we get to the sauce. Okay, so the first part, we're gonna address a very important issue that is happening right now on TikTok Shop. Second part is the fun part, is the money part. Is where we're gonna be focused on what really brings money to the brands. Now, very important subject. Let's basically address the big elephant in the room, which is what's happening on TikTok Shop in 2025. Okay, I told you guys probably 2 years ago when we started this mentorship that TikTok Shop will become harder and harder as we go, right? I think you guys, especially the OGs that have been with me for a long time, know that I have been preaching this since day one. I've been telling you guys it's gonna become more complicated, more competitive. But when we mentioned that 2 years ago, I personally was referring to competition. I was thinking on platforms like Amazon, like Etsy, like Shopify, that with time has become more and more complex and competitive because it's just the way that business works, and especially e-commerce. But the funny part about these guys is that TikTok Shop is not getting more competitive. If something, I think it's just becoming easier to scale a brand. And the competition is very low right now, but it's for one specific reason. And it's this reason that I'm sharing with you guys before we even get to the sauce. And it's that TikTok Shop is changing a lot of things and is being more difficult for new shops to get up and running. This is not necessarily a bad thing, and I'll explain to you guys why, but it's something that we cannot ignore. The way that you were getting approved on TikTok Shop 2 years ago or maybe a year ago is quite different to what we're seeing today. Back in the days, you will sign up to TikTok Shop and you will get approved within 1 hour and then you're good to go. Today, you sign up to TikTok Shop, there's a big chance that you not even get approved, so you have to submit your application multiple times. And even once you get approved, the first thing that you're gonna encounter is a violation. Now, this is not necessarily a violation because you're doing something wrong. It's just a way for TikTok to verify that you are a legit business and that you actually there to make good business, okay? They trying to filter who is going to make money on the platform and who's not going to join the party. And this is becoming more and more complex as we go. The reason why I don't see this as a step back is because those that actually go over the challenges are now seeing a blue ocean of opportunities, because the amount of people signing up to TikTok Shop as users, or in this case, buyers or customers, are going up and up and up every single minute. But the amount of merchants being approved on TikTok are not necessarily at the same volume, meaning that there's a lot of demand right now, but those that actually are, trying to get a piece of the pie on TikTok or getting into TikTok Shop are seeing more challenges. So many people feel discouraged or blocked at step one. And for someone that deals with TikTok Shop sellers every day, all day, I see this as a very common issue right now. Now, let's talk about what's really going on and how we can address this situation, okay? Because it's very important and it's my duty to break this down for you guys in the most simple way so you guys don't feel discouraged. And in fact, you actually get over this, because it's very simple to get over it and it's very simple to actually do the right thing on TikTok Shop. So most people quit too early, and this is just a fact. Why most sellers fail is because 80% of the people trying to get into TikTok Shop quit after 30 days. Whether if it's because they never get approved or because they get approved, but right after they get approved, they were hit with a violation, even if you haven't even done anything on your shop. And that's the beauty of you guys being part of a community where we can actually check with you guys and tell you this is actually very normal and there's ways to go about it. Now, many people is giving up after 1 or 2 failed registration attempts. This is happening very often, especially for people that don't have a clue about the situation or think that this is actually personal, think that this is actually that is happening to this is something that happening to them because they're doing something wrong, when in reality it's just TikTok shop trying to filter who sell on their platform. And the way that they filtering this is very orthodox, is not necessarily the most optimized way to do it, but we have to keep in mind that we're working with a platform that is Chinese based. And this is a little bit political, but they want to keep it that way. They don't want to give all the data and all the things that TikTok right now on to a US company. And I think this is very obvious. That's why they tried to get TikTok shut down at the beginning of the year. They stick to the same system and the same backend, which in this case is a platform that is basically Chinese based. If you go to AliExpress or if you go to Alibaba, you will notice that those platforms are not perfect. They make a lot of money, probably billions of dollars at this point, but their platform are still very orthodox. Like there's still a lot of errors. You can see the difference between Alibaba and AliExpress and, for example, Amazon, right? You don't see that many glitches on Amazon, but you do see a lot of glitches when you're ordering products from Alibaba or AliExpress. It's the same thing here. TikTok Shop kind of works under the same system that these platforms like AliExpress and Alibaba use. Therefore, it's not the most optimized. And we just have to accept it. Like I tried for many months to figure out ways for people to get a proper solution, but at the end of the day, there's things that we cannot control, so we need to adapt. Now, the truth is that TikTok is using this orthodox system to filter who's selling in the platform, who's serious and who's not. And I personally think that that's positive, especially for us that are building, sustainable and legit businesses. Now, this is actually a good thing, guys, because there's fewer sellers and that there's way less competition. By this time, 2 years ago, I thought that the competition will be way, way more difficult than what it is right now. And it's not. I mean, before everybody could open a TikTok shop instantly, as I said before, but nowadays you have to go through these challenges and show TikTok that you actually mean business to earn that possibility to make money on the biggest social media platform in the entire world. Now, the barrier can be higher, but so is the reward. So for those that actually stick to it, like our friends, I have a couple of people here that I can mention that have gone through challenges and have overcome those challenges. And shout out to them. I got Thomas here, I got Jalil here. You guys went through a lot of back and forth with TikTok getting you guys approved, but you guys are finally approved and ready for action. So that right there shows you that not everybody's like Jalil and Tomas. Most people will just quick and they will call TikTok shop a scam and they will try to do trading or any other idea that comes to their mind. But those that actually stick to it, like Tomas, like Jalil, like Dimitrius, like some of these top sellers that we have here on this call, there's a blue ocean for you guys now, because the competition that you guys were supposed to compete with is not even on TikTok anymore. They didn't went through the process. They quit. They doing trading now. They selling sneakers. They doing whatever. You guys now have an open ocean to make money, because those that are already too established on TikTok shop, like I can put my brands as an example. I have brands that are so established for the past 2 years that I don't see any competition because we're too ahead of the curve. But that means that there's a gap between those that are trying to sign and not going through the challenges, stopping at the very, very beginning, and those that are already at the top. So in the middle, there's a lot of opportunity for those that actually stick to it. And the fact that you guys are in this call means a lot. It means that you guys are tuning in, you guys are dialed. So this is very, very valuable information for those that are going through those challenges, so you can actually overcome them ASAP and get into the money. Now, there's two types of sellers on TikTok. As I said before, those are the group ones, which is the newbies that are stuck at the registration process, and then the brands that are doing over 6 figures per month consistently. In the middle of those two is where the opportunities are. So if you are now approved and if you are ready to sell on TikTok shop, and this is going to be your first month or second month or third month or fourth month, just know that the opportunities for you right now are endless. Because if you already approve and you're ready to sell, it means that you already went through all these challenges, whether if you do it yourself or if you have my team behind your brand doing all this work for you, the fact that you have the opportunity to sell on TikTok Shop is literally a gold opportunity. So if you have a shop that is active, is ready, you approve, you verify, you got millions of dollars in your hand right now. And this goal, or especially the second part, will help you guys to tune into that. Okay. The blue ocean that I mentioned before is a sweet spot. You are not too late. You are not too early. You are at the exact right time to break in and dominate. By the end of this year, there's going to be a gap between those that actually dial in this summer and conquer on TikTok Shop and those that are planning to start maybe at the beginning of Q4. That's what everybody want to start, right? Everybody want to start selling in September because everybody knows that November is where Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all these campaigns you can scale and make a lot of money. But the reality is those that start in September are not going to see any benefits from October, from November, for December sales because they're already too late. But if you start in the summer, or for some of you guys that already started in January this year, this Q4 will be the breaking point for your brand. So make sure that you stay dialed and that you don't have any stress over these small challenges that are gonna come your way, because they're gonna come and they're gonna come very often. So you either adapt and understand that this is part of the game, or you just quit like majority of people do and miss on the biggest opportunity in 2025. Now, if you stay consistent, you're gonna have a great opportunity on TikTok Shop because TikTok wants serious brands, not just side hustlers, right? We all remember Shopify back in the days when it was hot. Everybody was trying to get a piece of the pie. Everybody was opening a Shopify store and drop shipping from China. And what happened? The conversion rate went basically to zero because people were seeing ads of products on Instagram, but they didn't buy, or they didn't have any credibility or any impulse to buy, because majority of these dropshipping stores were run by either scammers or people that really don't care if the customer get the product. That's what TikTok is trying to avoid. So if you are here for good business, you definitely have an opportunity on TikTok Shop. Now, once your shop is live, scaling with products and influencers, you're gonna have an amazing brand printing you money, because everything else that needs to happen for you to get to that stage has been done already. Now, we have you covered with this subject right here. So I don't want to make this subject too long because we have a very, very interesting class today that is going to be focusing on AI and influencers. But before we get into that real quick, I just want to remind you guys that I especially build an entire lesson on how to get started on TikTok Shop, more specifically on the registration process. So those that are completely new to TikTok Shop, or those that are coming into these classes of first class, I want you guys to go to either the classroom on Whoop, the classroom on School, where you're gonna see this lesson at the bottom, or join our new Whoop app, and then get into TikTok Made Easy 3.0, and you're gonna have this lesson where I basically break down the whole registration, how you can overcome the challenges within the registration process, and how you can overcome the challenges once you actually get approved, but then you get hit by a violation or a certification or verification. Okay, so all these things has been covered in this lesson. I want you guys to go there if you need it. Okay, if you are in that stage of the process, go and watch this lesson. If you already approved, if you verify, if you're ready to make money, or if you're making money already on TikTok Shop, you don't have to stress about this. This is just for people that are getting into TikTok Shop right now or dealing with some challenges. Now, with that being said, and with that out of the way, I want to make sure that I answer some of the questions that some of you guys might have. So we're gonna leave 15 minutes after the call to answer all questions. If you have questions about the registration process, just take notes, write down your question, and at the end of this class, I'm gonna be able to answer it. But let's get into the sauce. Let's get into what we're here for today, which is making money on TikTok Shop with AI. What I'm going to show you guys today is going to be amazing for majority of you, because it's going to show you how you can scale your TikTok Shop on TikTok ads without necessarily spending too much money on collaborations, on samples, Even if you don't have your products here yet, let's say that you buy inventory, but you're still waiting for the inventory to arrive, you can still create great TikTok shop ads with the strategy that I'm about to present to you guys. So let's go right into it. Today, you're going to learn how to use this AI tool that is integrated with TikTok Shop to create more content, and how you can use this for TikTok ads so you can scale to anywhere from 10,000, which is the bare minimum that you guys should be doing per month, to $100,000 per month. There's a very sweet spot between 10,000 and 100,000. Now, let me tell you, the most difficult money to be made on TikTok Shop is your first 10,000. And I always say that the most difficult part is the first 10K for a lot of reasons, mindset, inexperience, maybe trying a few things and not clicking and then losing that consistency. There's a lot of factors that push people back of making 10K. Just like there's people that really come into TikTok Shop and can make 10K in the first week. Every situation is different. However, once you get to those first 10K, that's the sweet spot right there. Because once you get to $10,000 a month on TikTok Shop, taking that brand to 100,000 is easier than go from 0 to 10. And I know that this might be a little bit confusion, or maybe you don't see why making 100,000 will be easier than 10, but believe me, TikTok Shop is a numbers game. Now, if you're making 10 grand with your shop with content coming from your influencers, I'm gonna break down how you can scale to 100,000 using the same content, and you're gonna see this live in this class. So let's start with this presentation. Let's actually go into the action. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys again, if I'm not sharing it already. And we're gonna go into this new feature that I want you guys to tune in today, and is Symphony on TikTok Shop. The way that you guys are gonna find this, very easy. You just have to do, you can go to Google and do TikTok Shop Symphony right here. And you guys are gonna create, you guys are gonna click here on this session that is powered by TikTok. This is completely for free, guys. You guys can make all this money for free, and it really takes you less than an hour to create a bunch of videos. So after this class, it's gonna be mandatory for you to implement this straight into your brand. Now, if we go to this page here, all we gotta do is just get started. It's also gonna connect with your TikTok account. So if you have a TikTok account, that's fine. If you don't have one, you can create one very easy. You can just go to TikTok and create a user account. Mine is the Ecom Goat, as you guys can see here. So it's fully connected already. I can even run ads today if I want to. And what I want you guys to take a look at this section that TikTok has built for us to make more money is the fact that you can implement this strategy without any resources. You don't need any money to pay for this app, even though it's very, very good. And you also don't need to have the products with you. However, this strategy will work best for those that are already working with influencers. So if you already have content being created by these influencers, this formula will allow you to duplicate that content 10 times, 100 times, whatever amount of videos you want to make on a daily basis. You can make as many variations as you want as well. So what I'm going to do once I sign up to this, once I click get started and get into this session, is I'm gonna go to generate TikTok ads. Now it's gonna ask me to select a product or a service. I already had a product here, but I will just do it from scratch just to show you guys how it works. It's asking me for my product link. So there's multiple ways that I can do this. I can either be someone that is starting a TikTok shop today and don't have any products in my hands. I can work that out. Or I can just use the link of the product that I'm already selling on TikTok shop. All you gotta do is just copy the link here, and boom, you got that going. Now I'm personally gonna do it as if I don't have anything, just so this can be used by anyone. So let's go into, for example, AliExpress. Let's just find any problem. Let's just to use it as an example. I already have a problem in mind that I want to test on this formula. The name of this product, probably you guys know about this product already. Everybody's talking about this product. Everybody is crazy about this useless product, because literally, guys, it's useless. but we're gonna monetize from the hype, okay? If this is what people is talking about on TikTok, let's make money out of it. So I'm gonna click the link here. And then for the product name, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy the name of the product in here. Very simple stuff. The brand, I can leave it like that. And then describe what you're selling. I'm gonna copy from the supplier all the keywords that are inside of the name, because this is gonna help a lot. And I'm gonna just post it here. And then on the keywords, I'm also gonna post it here. And then it's gonna ask me for assets that I want on my video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a video of this product on TikTok. I will download this video and I will add it here. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because in this example, I don't supposed to have anything, not product, not inventory, not anything. However, if you already have influencers promoting your products on TikTok, all you gotta do is use those videos that you're getting from those influencers and use it on your favor. In fact, that's what I recommend. So in this case, I'm gonna go TikTok downloader, click here, and then I'm gonna go to TikTok. I'm gonna search for that product. The name is La Bubu. And I got a bunch of videos here, right? Everybody's talking about this stuff. I'm gonna grab this video, for example. I'm gonna click on the link and I'm gonna download that video. Notice that this literally takes less than a minute, guys. That video is ready. And now that the video is ready, I'm gonna paste it in here. Right. So I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna put it here. Fresh, there you go. So I'm gonna click there. By the way, guys, I don't understand the obsession with this product, but again, like if there's money behind, we are there. Okay, so I got the product that I just add, and then I'm gonna select the language because you can actually create content on all languages. You can create content in Spanish, you can create content in English, you can sell to anyone on TikTok Shop. And then for the video length, I'm gonna leave it on recommend, and then I'm gonna click generate. And then it's gonna take a couple seconds to create my AI content. So what I did is I went to TikTok and I used this video here of my problem, which by the way, while we wait for the video to be generated, let's watch the original video so you guys can see how AI will change things around to make more content out of one single video. So let's watch the original one.
I don't even have to say it. You know what the fuck is about to go down, okay? I was able to score not one, but two big into energies from the Popmart app. So I'm gonna open the big into energies, but I also was able to score a have a seat on one of the TikTok lives. So I'm gonna open that as well, but I'm gonna do the have a seat first and we'll save the good ones for last. Dada, please.
Please, Dada.
Or Baba's cute too. Okay.
Yes.
Moment of truth. I'll let you guys see first. What is it? Oh wait, I think this is Dada. No, this is Baba.
Baba's cute.
Moment of truth. The big into obviously we want the secret, right?
Right.
Am I gonna get it? Probably not. We're gonna go with this one first. All right. Oh, imagine I got two secrets, please. So scared. I don't know why these ones make me nervous.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, guys, my first big into energy. Ready?
Opa. It's Opa.
Oh my God. All right, guys. If you just want you to know, if you're confusing about what's going on, believe me, I'm confused too. I don't understand this problem. But it's this is just how TikTok works. You know, you have to just adapt, you know. But this is the funny part. That's the original video right there. Now let me show you how AI will create variations of the same video, and it looks very, very, very real. And not only looks real, but it actually converts very well. So let's see one of the examples that this AI tool created for us.
I managed to get this cute and high quality gift for my friend's Christmas party at an unbelievably low price. Intrigued? Just by clicking this video, you'll discover a world of adorable blind box toys, Labubu the Monsters, Macaroni Kawaii, and guest bag figures, all at a bargain price with free shipping. Here's an example. I picked up this one.
So this right here is a bottom of funnel video. Now, what I mean by that, guys, is notice that on the original video, she's telling a story, right? She's not selling you anything. She's just telling a story, which is fine. I mean, it works very well on TikTok, storytelling, all that, right? But you also have to sell people, especially on ads. You cannot run a TikTok ad and have this lady just giving a story, because you're running ads because you want to make money, right? So if you have that storytelling video that I showed you guys at the beginning, the original one, that's cool. That's something that you can get from your influencers and your creators. But then the secret sauce is to use this AI tool to modify the script to make it more of what you want to achieve, which in this case is the sale. And this video right here is perfect for ads, because even though it's a little bit robotic, I mean, we're definitely gonna be changing things here. You can edit all the step of the way, but I like the fact that the video focused heavy on the sale. Notice that she mentioned free shipping. She mentioned a lot of things that are not necessarily on the original video, but are now on this video that you can use for ads. So let's watch this video again. It's very, very important that you guys grab this information correctly.
One replica model bag gift.
You can edit the video though. You can edit this video, which is something that I always do. Like, I get the idea, but then you go here and you create the magic. There's few words or a few things that you don't want to say on videos like this, because it sounds like, for example, like just clicking this video, you will discover a world of adorable bling box toys that might work, might not. So you have to switch things up. You have to create multiple variations of the same video and run those on ads. And then the one that is actually bringing you more money, you leave that on, and then you just remove the ones that are not making you money. You're not losing anything because you're not paying for these videos to be created. This is completely AI and it's free and it's added to TikTok Shop. TikTok actually wants you to use this tool. So if you use these videos, it's not like you're gonna get shadow banned because it's AI or whatever. They actually putting this to use. You can have unlimited content out of one single video. Now, if we go back to the other variations, let's watch some of the other options that AI is giving us.
I had a fantastic time unboxing this surprise package. I think what makes these particular toys so exciting is the mystery of not knowing which adorable monster you'll get. Each Labubu the Monsters toy comes with a cute guest bag, and you can enjoy the fun of a 1.1 replica, high-quality figure model, perfect as a Christmas gift. With a blind box, every unboxing is a delightful surprise. Why wait? Dive into the excitement and unbox your own.
Right. So everything is good until it says dive into. We don't say dive into, and like that's just ChatGPT stuff. So we remove that and we change things in a way that can be even more real. Now let's look about let's take a look about these other example that they have here. But so far so good. I mean, this is great, guys.
It's buy one, get one free, an irresistible deal, friends. Meet our Labubu monsters, each unique and incredibly adorable.
Now this
This
one,
is Monster M, super
I don't
soft and
like this
huggable.
one.
The holiday season is just around the corner, and I'm excited to share my fantastic gift hack for this year. Imagine their delight when they unbox a Labubu the Monsters blind box toy, a high-quality replica encased in a cute kawaii guest bag.
This one is good. I don't like the music, guys. When you using TikTok ads, you cannot use this type of music.
This adorable model figure is not only a 1.1 rep.
The reason is because this music is associated with ads. It's associated with something that is not trend, okay? It's not fun. if you
replica,
use
but also a perfect blend of nostalgia and
if I hear that music, I feel like someone is about to sell me security cameras. So make sure that you also twitch things around. It's not perfect. AI is not perfect, but it's very, very good. So you can take this video,
High quality gift for my friend's Christmas party at an unbelievable.
change a couple things on the script, put the music that can actually get you viral on TikTok, and voila, you have a new content and you literally spend $0 on it. Now, the beauty about this whole thing, guys, is that you can manage how the content is gonna be created. So you can do authority and trust, right? But this is authority and trust. This is very important for ads. You can also use personal stories. You can use challenges if you're running, for example, ads for a product that is supplement. You can basically implement some challenges that the avatar is facing, and then your product as the solution. You can also use humor. You can also do problem solving. Again, if you're doing things like supplements or products that actually solve a problem, like the Malte, you can use this script style and make sure that that you getting that content that you really want. But guys, the fact that you can have full control over the content is great, because I know that some of you guys have been experiencing the same that I have experienced since the early days on TikTok, and it's the fact that not all content that is created by the creators are good. In fact, I think we went over that already, but last year in Q4, there was a huge wave of new creators on TikTok Shop, people that really don't have a clue about how to create content. They just want to make some money. Those people are now good, though. That was 6 months ago. So the people that started in January are now killing it on TikTok as creators. But back in the days when there was this new wave of many creators in the platform, the content that was getting created by these creators was very low quality, or maybe the script wasn't good, maybe the influencer is good, showing the video, showing the product, the product looks good, but the script is trash. So now you can remove all that. You can have full control. You can ask your creator to send you the video, and if they send you a video that is not good, you can still use the video and create AI stories or script styles to make it better and to make it profitable for your TikTok ads. Now you can also use, when it comes to music, you can use TikTok Viral, new releases. If you gonna be running TikTok ads, I highly suggest that you don't use any copywriting sounds, because when you go to the ad, it's not gonna allow you to use that post. So whether if it's no, I would rather you using no music than using this
trendy charm.
elevator, restroom style type of music.
The blind
okay? But just so you can have that in consideration. Now you can click here and generate more. That's exactly what we're gonna do. And this is how you can actually duplicate the content that you're getting from creators. Now let's go ahead and do more. I want to do other products as well, just so we can prove the point that this can work with absolutely any product. But before we get into that, I want to also show you guys the possibility of generating scripts, because I know that some of you guys will need this help. And I'm gonna give you the sauce about how to create the best script, okay? Now, if we go to scripts, it's gonna ask you to select the product. So I'm gonna select the same product. I'm gonna select the same name. I'm gonna keep the same description, and I'm gonna use the same video. Why not? But then what I will suggest here, guys, is when you describing your product, you can do it this way and see what AI can give you using the keywords. But just between us, guys, the easiest way for you to create high converting scripts is by using the scripts that are already working on TikTok as an inspiration. And when I say inspiration, I don't mean that you're gonna copy letter by letter. You should definitely write down the best script that you can find out there. So for example, let's say I want to sell this product right here. So I'm gonna go to tiktok.com and I'm gonna do La Bubu, right? And I can see all these type of videos, right? Now I'm gonna look for the one that has more engagement. Now, from what I see here, this one is the one that has more likes and views and all that. So why would you reinvent the wheel if you can just easily use an AI tool or even yourself writing down what this woman is saying, right? Letter by letter, okay? The full script letter by letter. Oh my God, hold on, guys. I have someone here. By the way, I just got a notification from my team members. Shout out to Darnell. I don't know if you in the call Darnell, but from what I can see from my team, you're getting a lot of orders today, man. I really congratulate you. One of our partners at Ecom Hub, one of our new partners, getting consistent orders on his TikTok shop. Congratulations for that. That's just proof the point that TikTok is just the best opportunity out there. It's incredible. Don't matter really your experience. If you're new, you can still make a lot of money with simple steps like the ones that I'm showing you today. It might sound like a lot. It might look like a lot of work, but it's actually not. It's actually very simple. So going back to the point, I want you guys to copy the best videos for your product. Like if you're watching similar products to the product that you're selling and you see that there are videos that are getting $140,000 likes, I want you to use word by word the script that the person is, or in this case, whatever the person is saying. I'm not saying that you're gonna copycat them. I'm not saying that you're just gonna be copying on everybody. You're not. You're gonna grab that script and you're gonna use as prompts for AI to actually do the magic. Okay? So people won't even notice that you getting this inspiration from the best video out there on TikTok, but it's just make everything easier because AI, guys, is great. It's a great tool, but you also need to understand prompts. If you don't give AI the right prompts, or if you're relying on AI to build all of your scripts without giving any sauce or without saucing up the bot, the AI bot, or whatever you're using, ChatGPT, you're gonna have some scripts that are trash. Straight up. AI is not perfect, okay? And AI don't understand emotions like we understand emotions. And at the end of the day, this sales process, there's a lot of emotions in it, especially when you're selling such a useless product like this. There's a lot of hype and there's a lot of trending things that you need to have in place on your script in order for you to click with the buyer. If we see what AI just gave to us, I mean, we can probably use this script. Let's just try this one. So it says, I managed to get this adorable bling box toy for an unbelievable low price. If you think I'm kidding, just click the video and discover a word of high quality. You see, discover a word. Nobody will ever say discover a word of high quality inside of TikTok and see success. The moment that I hear an influencer or creator saying, whether if it's with AI or with her own voice, discover a word of high quality, I'm off. I'm not on TikTok to buy anything anyways. So I'm just gonna scroll. I'm just gonna go to the next post. You need to make it interesting. You need to make it fun. You need to make it real. And the best way for you to do that is to literally copy word by word on the most successful TikTok showing your product, right? A TikTok that is actually talking about your product or a similar product that solve a similar problem, and then give that as prompts to AI. I will never, ever, ever encourage you guys to copy anybody word by word and then having that as your script, because that's not ethical and we really don't need to do that. But if you use that as prompts for AI to give you a similar but even more powerful script, now all you gotta do is copy that script and go back to the video that AI already created for you and just twist it up. Just put those words in there. Just ask AI to build this new video with what you want the influencer to say. And the influencer will still be showing the video, the product in the first place. So you don't have to do this yourself. Now, guys, let's say that I want to generate this video, right? Let's say that I'm selling this product and I'm selling it so successfully, like our friend Darnell is doing right now. Darnell we are here in this call. Darnell is making money while he's in this call. I love that. let's say that we're making money like Darnell and TikTok Shop, and we're doing good with our product. But now we feel so confident that we want to open new markets. Let's say that I'm selling to the English market, right? English speakers in US, and I'm very successful with it. Well, guess what? Let's open a new market. Let's go for the Spanish market. Now, back in the days, if you're selling something in the US market to English speakers, and you want to switch things up to a new audience that is on a completely different language, you will have to invest into resources, a whole team, a whole infrastructure to move that marketing into a new language. In June 22, 2025, which is today, you can do that with one click. Just click here, click generate, and just like that, you can create content for your brand in Spanish, and you can run Spanish ads to that product without having to invest any money, and just with 2 clicks away. So if you're not making money online in 2025 with all these resources that we now have available, then you need to evaluate many things. Whether if you are trying to do it now or if you're already successful with it, the opportunities that we have right now on the table weren't here 2-3 years ago. I mean, not this. So if we have this opportunity, let's make magic with it. Let's make it happen. I'm going to go ahead and create this Spanish content. I'm going to evaluate this content with you guys to see if it's actually good. Shout out to my Spanish speakers here on the call. I speak Spanish, so I will tell you guys if it's good or if it's not good at all. Because if the translation is not good, I'm not going to offer to you guys something that then you guys are going to drop in the Spanish market and lose money on ads because nobody's buying because he's just saying nonsense. So we're going to see it right now if it's worth it. And if it's worth it, then what I suggest you to do is to start selling in the Spanish market. Next thing you're going to do after you conquer the Spanish market is go to the Portuguese market. These are people that are inside of the US, but they speak other languages. There's no barrier for you to sell to them because you can now use these type of tools. And the funny part or the best part is that if you're getting this content from your creator and your creator is an English creator, now you're going to have that creator speaking in Spanish without that creator even noticing. Now you're running this creator on ads to the Spanish market without having to hire more creators. You can use all the content that you have done so far on your brand. Let's say that your brand is a year old, right? And you now have under your Google Drive or whatever you storage your videos from creators, now you have more than 50, 100, 150 videos from different creators. Well, guess what? Now you can open a whole market tonight, not next month, not by February, not by December this year. Tonight, you can grab all that content that you have done on the English market, put it into this app that is free, that is inside of TikTok, and open a whole new market for your brand. Let's see, I'm very interested in this. Let's see if this actually cook on the Spanish market. I will tell you guys. If it's not good, I will tell you. If someone here speaks Spanish just like me, you guys can verify with me if this is accurate or not. Let's check it out.
¿Te imaginas tener un amigo adorable que siempre te sorprenda? Los Labubu de Monster son perfectos para eso. Estos juguetes...
Done. Perfect. Perfect. It's literally perfect. I don't know how we get to this. I shout out to humanity, man. We go in places with this AI thing.
Tienen en caja sorpresa, así que nunca sabes cuál te va a tocar. Son una réplica uno a uno de esos personajes que son tan kawaii, perfectos para regalar en Navidad o para darte un gusto. La calidad es increíble.
Oh my
No
God.
esperes
Oh,
ni
this
que
is
consigues
great. Yo, I rather
de
this video.
Monsters y empieza la colección hoy mismo.
I don't know about that part right there. It's not perfect though. I don't know about that part showing another person. I'll probably remove that because it makes no sense. But everything that the ad is saying is cooking, guys. Like this will print on ads in the Spanish market. I think it's even better than the English version because again, the English version is just her giving a story. It's good for views, it's good for likes and for engagement, but we want to make money. So the Spanish version is just going straight to it. It's just literally telling you this is a great offer, this is a great product, this is why I love it. Let's see what else this can make.
Tener un amigo adorable que siempre te...
Estos muñecos son una locura. La Bubu de Monster.
This one I don't like. Again, the music, the elevator music, nah, we're not doing that.
Sorprenda.
We're doing this.
¿Te gustan las sorpresas? Te va a encantar esto. La Bubu de Monsters son unos juguetes en caja sorpresa que son pura magia. Tienen un
Okay, another thing that you guys want to have in consideration, right? Especially for this specific example where it's good, but it's sounding a little bit too selling, right? It's just going straight to sell. It's just talking about the product like if everybody, want it or whatever. On those cases, one thing that you can do is you can download this video, right? Let's say that you create 5 more videos of the same product using the same strategy, and then you use CapCut, or if you have an editor, you can have your editor doing this. It's actually very simple. But all you're gonna do is you're gonna keep the original audio of, for example, this
La
video.
Bubu de Monsters son perfectos para...
So you keep that audio that is good, that is promoting the product, is giving the benefits, all that. But on the visuals, on the video, what you want to do is you want to have multiple influencers or creators using the product, right? Opening the product, talking about it. So that gives more credibility to what the video is actually saying. So if the video is saying this is a sensation, this is what everybody's using, everybody's loving it, and at the same time, you can show multiple influencers opening, smiling, having fun, you're proving the point. I always put this example. When you're starting a Netflix documentary, the best way for Netflix to let you know that this was actually a big deal and that what you're about to watch is something that everybody in the world watch at some point is by giving you that introduction to the problem or to the subject and having multiple news talking about it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what I'm saying, but essentially every time that you start a documentary on Netflix, like something that was very, very popular at some point, it's going to show you multiple news saying the same thing, talking about the same thing. But when you see multiple news saying the same thing, you're like, oh, this was actually something like this. Oh my God, everybody was talking about this. Why is the first time that I'm hearing this? If like, am I the only one in the entire world that didn't know about this? Like you start creating that, that on your mind that this is actually very popular. It's the same thing with marketing on TikTok Shop. If you want to prove a point, you can use multiple influencers using the product and then leave one audio, which in this case is this one right here, which is the one selling, and that will prove your point. Now, this won't cost you any money either, because what you can do is, let's say that I have this video here, let's download it or save it as a new project. I'm gonna call these $signs because this video is gonna print. Guys, I don't know about you, but I might just add this product to one of my TikTok shops. I don't know. I just see this product everywhere, guys. So I might just go ahead and order some. I'm gonna get it by July 8th to July 11, which is great because I'm gonna be here in Miami. I don't have anything scheduled for that week, so I can easily buy some of these cute, useless, whatever this is, and sell it on TikTok Shop. Why not? And then I have all these creators talking about the product, so I can just grab some of these videos and use it for my own. I don't recommend, again, because you don't want to be using other people's content. But since I don't have any influencers or creators with my products yet, I can do that while I wait for January 8th to the 11th for my products to arrive. Once my products are here, I'm going to start sending these products to my creators and my influencers. I'm going to use my marketing bot to get me as many creators and influencers as possible on the table. And then once they create the content for my product, I will just grab all that content that I'm getting and I will just make unlimited amount of variations in Spanish, in English, in Portuguese, in German, I mean, you name it. Now, very important here, guys, is that you can do this with any product, right? So if I go here and I create another product, I just want to prove the point of how easy this is. So if I go to AliExpress, let's just pick another random product, any product. Oh, this one, I love this one actually. You guys, for the OGs, you guys know how much money this product made me and some of our members in 2023. This was one of the first winners. I don't know if it's that hot right now, but it was definitely hot back then. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this name here. Gonna paste it here in the description. The name will be this here. The link is this. Keywords, same as the name. And then it's gonna ask me for a video reference. So let's copy the name. Let's go to TikTok, see who is talking about my product. Make sure that it's the same one, okay? Because there's multiple variations. So let's pick one of this. So let's go for any, maybe this one. Yeah. Okay. So white, all white. Might be this one here. Might not be the same one. I want you guys to find the same one. I wanna move fast, but I want you guys to find the same one. It makes no sense to create content for a product that is different to what you actually get into the customer. But let's say that this is the one, right? Let's use this one as an example. 831,000. And I told you guys it was 2023. Look at this. 2023. You guys know this was one of those products. And guys, it's 2025. We enter in summer. There's a bunch of products out there that are gonna be this product in 2 years. So for those that are consistent on TikTok Shop, you guys get lucky. Okay, the more consistent you are, the luckier you get. So if you're showing up every day and you're testing new products, you contacting your suppliers on a weekly basis, hey, send me these products, hey, send me these samples here, let's try this out, let's give this to the influencers, let's run this on ads. If you're that type of person, you are one product away for your first $1 million on TikTok Shop. When I say $1 million, people get freaked out. Go to my Instagram if you want to see some $1 million on TikTok Shop being made in literally 30 days. We did that. We did that already. And if we did that, you guys can do the same, because you're going to be surprised. The most lucrative TikTok shops that we have built till this day are being backed by products like this. People think that the only way to make $1 million on TikTok Shop is by having a huge brand like Goli or these huge brands. Not at all. You catch a trend, you're selling a trend at the right time, at the right moment, you're printing money. That's what TikTok is all about. So you do need to have consistency, because this is a platform that moves based on trends. You can have an evergreen product, right, and sell all year, of course, but you also want to be catching trends. So for those that catch this trend on 2023, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and share and get this video. So I'm going to go to TikTok download. There you go. Got the video here. So I'm going to just up this here. By the way, guys, I want to remind you, this call is being recorded, because I know that there's a lot of information here and it's hard to digest because we're going fast. So make sure that you watch the replay of this session over and over and over, as many times as you need, until you're making at least $1,000 a day using this strategy. If you're not doing 1,000 days on TikTok Shop, then you need to watch this class and the classes that we have been breaking down this year until you do so, because all the information that you need is there. All you need on TikTok Shop to succeed is inside our entire mentorship. There's nothing that you have to go and watch on YouTube. You don't want to get confused by these YouTubers that are talking nonsense. You want to go straight to the point. And this is really how you can make the most out of your brand. Now, if we click on the product, we save the changes, we save changes. We do it in English and we do generate. Okay, let's see how AI create this video. While we wait for this, just a quick reminder for those that join the class a little bit later, there's a link right now on the chat that you can go ahead and click. And this link is going to take you, let me show you. It's going to take you to our new Whoop. This is only for members. Okay. If you're not a member, then you might, well, if you're not a member, you're not in this call in the first place. But for those that are in this call, make sure that you join that link. Just put your email and you're going to have free access because you are already a paying member. Once you join that Whoop, you're going to have access to TikTok Made Easy 3.0, which is our newest version of TikTok Made Easy, where we breaking down new strategies, fresh strategies. Okay, this is the third version of TikTok Made Easy. That's how far we have come, guys. We did TikTok Made Easy in 2023, then TikTok Made Easy 2.0 in 2024, and now we're looking at TikTok Made Easy 3.0 inside of the Whoop. So make sure that you join us on Whoop as well. You also have access to the school community, as you know. I want you guys to be more active in this community. I know there's a lot of questions that you guys have on a daily basis. But if you guys just relied on my DMs, then we're not helping that many people, you know. But if you guys actually ask me those questions publicly here on the chat, on the school community, then that answer might help other people as well. I also want to take the moment before we watch these videos. I want to just give a quick shout out to one of our top partners at ECommerce Hub. His name is Jamal Henry. By the way, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Jamal. I hope you're having a great day. I see that you are in the call, so the fact that you are in this call on your birthday means a lot to me. Congratulations for that new book that you opened. So Jamal just launched a new book, and you guys can have access to that in here. This is a book that is personally, I'm very interested in getting my copy. I already ordered my copy today, and it's going to be arriving in the next coming days. But it's essentially a book that is going to help you to get your first home at your 20s. So it's very important. It doesn't matter if you're at your 20s or not, okay? But it's very, very important that you guys diversify your income coming from e-commerce. I personally invest all of my income coming from e-commerce into e-commerce because that's all I know. But now that I can get access to this book, I know that I can diversify in other areas like real estate, and I know this is where the generational wealth is. So if you want, just grab a copy here. You can go to this link and support our member and partner Jamal in his new adventure. Again, shout out to Jamal. Happy birthday, brother. I hope you enjoy and you have, you know, more blessings in your life. Now let's go back to the video. Let's see what AI generate for us.
Now I find serenity in this unique humidifier, a game changer in home comfort. Discover the soothing raindrop aromatherapy, ultrasonic
Again,
ionization.
the word discover, guys. The moment that you hear discover, you know that you have some work to do. Just click here on edit, and you're gonna be able to switch that up, change those boring words that AI sometimes give it. But the video itself is actually very good.
Dazzling colorful lamp. Experience the difference. Explore more now. Now I find serenity in this unique humidifier.
Especially for ads, okay? These type of videos are very good for ads, and TikTok knows this. TikTok is promoting this AI tool, and notice that they do it inside of the ad manager. What that means is if I create my video, I can easily go here, guys. Look at how easy it is. I go here, I go to my ad manager. I already have my ad manager set up. And I can literally start running ads now with the products, with the videos that I just created. Now, the reason, and by the way, when you're running ads, always go to sales and TikTok shop directly. You don't want to create any friction, right? Guys, very important. These videos are strictly for ads. I'm not saying you cannot use this video organically. You can definitely put it out, but just know it's not going to have huge engagement, because the goal with these type of videos, guys, is to create the sale. Okay, you already grabbing a video that is very good organically because it's storytelling, or you know, whatever the situation is with that video that you're grabbing as an example. However, for ads, you want to go more straight to the point, because when you're running ads, you're putting money behind the ad. So you need that video to bring you, if you're putting $1, you need $3 back, right? And so you have to be more straight to the point. And that's why TikTok built this entire AI tool inside of the ad manager. So it makes sense for you and everybody using this to run ads. The name is Generate TikTok Ads. Okay. So if you use these type of videos organically, it's not going to have the same impact. But if you run ads behind these type of videos, and people already saw your brand organically, oh my God, man. You're gonna be making money with that ad, okay? So make sure that you have that clear, because I don't want you to use any of these videos organically. Then you're probably not gonna get that many views or that much engagement, and then you're not gonna, you're gonna say like, oh no, this is not for me or it's not for my product. Not at all. These videos are supposed to be for ads, and I highly encourage everybody at this point to run ads. And I know that I always say use organic first, go with the influencer marketing and the affiliate marketing first. But I'm personally seeing great results with TikTok ads, along with the affiliate influencer marketing, because it goes hand by hand. You cannot just run ads if you don't have any content created yet. But if you actively working with influencers and affiliates and they bringing you content, you definitely should be running ads. There's two ways that you're gonna be running ads. One way is gonna be with this AI generating tool. So you're gonna use the content that the influencer created for you, and you're gonna do more content, more focus on selling with this AI tool. But also, you're gonna be running Spark ads to the content that is actually bringing you more views. So if you have an influencer, let's say, just to put you guys an example, let's say that this influencer, the one that we use as the first example, let's say that she's my creator, right? Let's say that she actually did this video for me. This video is already popping. It's 410,000 likes so far. So I'm going to boost this video on ads, okay? I'm going to do Spark ads, and on the selection of what ad I want to run, I'm going to just simply select that video or ask for the video authorization so I can use it for ads, okay? That's if that's your creator is going to give it to you, okay? Now, if the video that I got from the creator is not that good, it's not getting that much traction on TikTok Shop, it's not getting that many views, I'm gonna recycle that video, I'm gonna add it to my AI tool, and I'm gonna make it better. Okay, at some point, guys, you need to understand that if you don't have the bandwidth to do this daily and to create unlimited content for your brand and test it out on ads, then you should hire someone to do it for you. But not doing it is not an option if you want to compete on TikTok Shop. So if you have a 9 to 5 still, right? Because this should take you out of the 9 to 5 100%. But if you're still on that phase, or you have a family, you have kids, you have a lot going on, that's not an excuse to not do this on a daily basis. You can hire a virtual assistant to do it for you. And all you gotta do is ask your virtual assistant to go to your dashboard on TikTok to recycle all the content that creators are doing for you, and then come to this tool here and create at least 15 to 20 variations of the same video. You can ask this person to submit all those videos to a Google Drive by the end of each week. And if you're collaborating with 25 influencers per week, you still can make 250 videos. Guys, I'm giving you the sauce here, man. Come on, I'm giving you the sauce here. Guys, this is what really makes a brand going from 10K to $100,000. Because if you're doing 10K per month, working with 50 influencers per week, now you can use those 50 videos and turn them into 250. And it costs you $0. So you either do it yourself, or you hire a virtual assistant, or you reach out to me and say, Anibal, I want your team to be locked in with this strategy. We're going to do it for you. But someone needs to do it. In fact, all of my clients that are now under my team management are getting this strategy added to their shop in the next coming days. And the reason why I want to emphasize in this so much is because it's free. It's because it really takes you nothing to create 250 variations out of 50 videos that you got from 50 influencers. So I can't offer you guys this yet to everybody, but once we get a proper team handling this new feature on TikTok Shop for our clients, I might make it available for all students to come and hire one of our assistants or virtual assistants, whoever is dealing with this part of the process, and to make it for your brand. I will try to make this as accessible as possible for everybody. We might not even have any business in between. I'm just going to connect you with the individuals, but I just want to facilitate the process for everybody here to do this consistently. A virtual assistant can charge you $10 per day, and you can have that person creating multiple variations of the same video. So by the end of the week, you can run ads. And when you're running ads with
Now I enjoy a tranquil
when you're running ads with so many variations of the same video, there's no room to fail. Because yeah, I mean, couple ads won't print, right? Won't make any money. Doesn't matter. You didn't spend a single dime on that video, so you can just turn off the ad. But guess what? There's gonna be 1 or 2 ads that are gonna make you $2, $3, $5,000 per month. And the best part is that when the ad gets fatigue, because there's this thing called fatigue in ads, when you're running a successful ad, that ad is going to be successful for just a couple of weeks or maybe a month or 2. But then it's going to get saturated because the same people is seeing the same video. But now, since you have this tool, you can use that video that is printing on ads and ask this AI tool to create 10 different variations. So your ad will never be fatigued, because every time that people is seeing the video, they seeing it in a different way. They seeing it in a different voice. They seeing a different influencer. And that's how you can have unlimited content for your brand. The fact that you can change the style on the scripts is also very, very good. Because if you're running an ad campaign and you're dividing the ad campaign into 3 secrets or 3 elements that I always recommend when an ad campaign, I brought this down before, even when we were running Exi brands, I always make emphasis on the way that an ad campaign should be structured. And it's in 3 different scenarios. The first one is brand awareness. And this is where people actually see your brand for the first time. The second one is actually creating testimonials of people talking about how these products solve the problem for them. And then the third scenario is selling, is hard selling. So now you can prepare your ad campaign with this tool, and all you gotta do is select the styles that you want for each video. So if I'm doing brand awareness, I can go for, let's say, personal stories, right? So personal stories is gonna be like a POV. So it's gonna be someone talking about a personal story and how my product solved the problem that they talking on the story, right? Or how, my product make a great gift on Mother's Day, right? So that's brand awareness right there. The second scenario will be testimonials. And for testimonials, you can use authority and trust. You can use problem solving. And this is going to make your video stand up because people will be showing the benefits of using the product, right? In this case, if it's this product, then now I go to sleep, listen to this rainy cloud, and it makes me it makes me sleep better, right? If it's a supplement, well, this is how I use this supplement to lose weight. So whatever testimonial your product can give, that will be the second scenario on a successful ad campaign. And then the third scenario is hard selling. It's exactly what this video is.
The cloud rain diffuser humidifier.
It's hard selling because people already saw you multiple times, so they're ready to pull the trigger. And this is where you offer free shipping. This is where you offer buy one, get one free. This is where you really put that irresistible offer out there so they can go ahead and grab your product. But the fact that you can do all these campaigns with this tool out of one single product or one single video, I'm sorry, which translates to one single sample, is huge. Forget about sending half of your inventory for samples, okay? You don't need to do that anymore. You can very much send samples to only the influencers that you want to work with, because you know that behind that content, there's going to be at least 15 to 20 different variations of the video. So make sure that you work with good creators that actually show to the camera, because that's really what it's going to come down to. As long as they are in front of the camera, you're going to be able to create multiple variations. People don't even realize if they are the ones, like they don't care about the similar, the sync on The person maybe not be a Spanish speaker, but the video is in Spanish, they don't care. They see the product, they see what the ad is saying, they like it, they buy it, okay? It's that simple. You can have avatars like this lady here. And this lady here, I choose this lady as my avatar without even having my product. So I can have this lady talking about my product, talking about the benefits of the product without even having the product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that video and I'm going to edit it with videos of my product that I can easily record myself, and I can just add it to the story that my avatar is telling. The best part here, guys, is the control that you can have over the narrative. But you need to be very careful of not relying on AI to do the scripts for you, or to just take whatever AI is giving you and use it as a final result. As I said, you need to have the right prompts. And in order for you to not having to figure out these prompts, just copy word by word the most successful ad for your product and make AI to do something similar. It's that easy. Now let's go into our one final product here. I want to check another product before we go into questions today. Again, if you guys have questions, make sure that you write it down so you don't forget. I'm gonna be super happy to answer them. By the way, guys, real quick, if you guys are not yet sure about what to sell, or you guys are open to have products inside of your TikTok shop that are printing money all day, every day, all year, use humidifiers. These humidifiers are like the cheat code on TikTok shop. I don't know what is about it. I don't know why people love it, love them so much, but humidifiers really sell a lot on TikTok shop. Let's see what pros we can use here. I want to check on a pro that is actually popular. Let's go for, let's see. Yes, sir.
Hey, the link is not popping up. The link you've been talking about, it hasn't popped up in the chat.
Let me check. Let me check that for you. Appreciate you. All right, let me just go ahead and click here. Oh, okay. I sent it to one person only. There you go. There you go. That's the link right there. So you guys click there and just simply join the group. By the way, Derek, I think you're already on that group, my friend. I think you're already in. But just in case, you can try and sign in there. Again, guys, we're gonna still run the community on school along with this group. Okay. So in these communities where we do the mentorship, we give you guys updates, we prepare for the classes. But then on the group is where we actually going to be dropping the modules and the lessons for TikTok Made Easy 3.0. So make sure that you tune into that. In fact, this class is being recorded. It's going to be available both on Whoop, but also on school, so you don't miss on that one. Thank you for letting me know. By the way, let's see what the chat is saying. Happy birthday, Jamal. Happy birthday. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. Where's the link? If people are buying those little weirdos, sell them. Yes, that's facts. Eswin, congratulations, bro, for joining us. There you go. Amazing, man. I love when the chat is active. Perfect. All right, cool. So, guys, we have an amazing opportunity right now with this TikTok Symphony. I want you guys to get very familiar with it. I want you guys to prioritize using your own content. Okay, I will never come to any of these classes asking you guys to copy anybody. That's not the way that it works. But you can definitely use your content, the content that is being generated by your influencers and your affiliates to your product, and get the most out of it. If you're in the early stages and you don't have any content or any product with you whatsoever, you can try your very best to do what I just did. You know, grab a couple videos from TikTok. Maybe you're gonna get away with it for a little bit. But the moment that you get the products in, create your content. Do your thing, man. Like, again, guys, TikTok is trying to avoid lazy people. There's this false narrative from all these gurus online that everything is super easy. You don't have to do any work. You don't have to do any effort. You don't have to do anything. You're just gonna make money out of it. It doesn't work that way, guys. You at least need to use your brain. So if you don't want to use any type of resources to start this strategy, and you want to literally start making money right away without having the products here, you can go ahead and use some of this content at your advantage. But again, you're going to need the products anyways to fulfill the orders. So my suggestion will always will always be to do the right thing. Order some inventory for your shop. You know, get some inventory in. Send some samples to your influencers. Let the influencers to create the content for you. Use that content so AI can replicate content that is already yours, so you don't run into any issues. Okay, and this is gonna just print you money on TikTok ads. So my thing with this class, before we go into the questions, is recycle your content from your influencers. Use TikTok Symphony to create multiple variations of the same content, and then run ads for your business. Running ads on TikTok Shop is super simple. We covered that already on TikTok Made Easy. If you guys want me to create a full lesson on how to run ads, I can do it, but it's just so simple. It really makes no sense. It's literally a step-by-step process that you just click next, and you get to it. But the moment that you're gonna run the ads and you're gonna actually test these videos, it's very important that you put them and you test them at the lowest budget possible. Let's say $20 a day, right? So if I have this video in Spanish and I want to show it to the Spanish users on TikTok, I'm gonna create my entire campaign. I'm gonna make sure that the language is Spanish, right? Because my video is in Spanish. And then I will just put $20 on it, okay? And I'm gonna let it run. And then I will do the same with the English version. And I'm gonna put English on the language, and I'm gonna put $20 in to the ad, and I'm gonna let it run. And then I'm gonna do the same with other variations of the same product. And if my budget is $100 per day, then I will run 5 ad sets with different videos for that day. And I will let it run for at least 3 days, not minimum than 3 days. You cannot make any decision on ads within 3 days because it's too early. After the 3rd day, I'm gonna evaluate the performance of my 5 videos. There's gonna be 3 of them that are gonna suck. I'm gonna turn it off. There's gonna be 2 of them that are gonna crush it. I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna duplicate them, and I'm gonna put an extra $20, or now I'm gonna increase the budget to $40. So I'm saving $60 on the 3 ad sets that I just turned off, and those $60 that I'm saving, I'm putting them behind the 2 ad sets that are making me money. This is just an example. It can be 1 ad set. It can be the 5 of them making you money. The point is that you try this on a daily basis. Now, if you're spending $300 per week on ads, but you're making $1,500 on TikTok Shop, then you are in the right path. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to stop working with influencers and affiliates. That can never stop, because that's the source of the original content that you're duplicating with AI and that you're putting into ads. In fact, there's going to be some of that content that won't need any changes. So you can easily just do an Spark ads and boost that content. This right here, guys, this class that we hear today, if you rewatch this entire thing and you actually implement this and you start running ads this next week, I can guarantee you that if no obstacles get on the way, I'm talking about you not get any problems with shipping, you don't get any issues with verification or whatever challenges you're all facing now on TikTok Shop. If that's not the case, if you have a free pass to run ads and to basically test multiple variations with AI, you should be making your $10,000 a month, which is the goal for every single one that opens a TikTok Shop. The first goal is always going to be make your first $10,000 consistently per month on TikTok Shop. It's not about making 10,000. It's about making 10,000 per month. There's a difference between. You can make 10,000 tomorrow because your content went viral, but then the hype disappeared and now you're making 500. That's not what you want. You want to do 10K, 10K, 10K. Now, in order for you to do that, you need to have consistency, not only on the variations of the product, testing new products every here and there, testing new variations, new marketing angles, new ads, working with more influencers. That's the day-to-day of a TikTok Shop successful brand. So if you're on that note, you should be making $10,000 in no time if you're not making it already. If you're making $10,000 already on TikTok Shop per month, then this is how you hit 6 figures, because now becomes a volume game. Because if you're making 10 grand on TikTok, it means that your product sells, your offer is good, people want your product, and you already have the foundation, the credibility on TikTok. You already have reviews, you already have testimonials, all that. So getting from 10K to 100K becomes a numbers game. What I mean by a numbers game is now the ad is not $20. Now the ad is $100 per ad set. So if you're running 10 ad sets, it means that you are spending $1,000 a day on TikTok Shop. That's fine. You want to make $100,000? Spend $1,000 daily. You spend $30,000 at the end of the month, you make $120,000. That's the key. That's why this is a volumes game, because the more you put in, the more you put out when you pass that $10,000 mark. Before the $10,000 mark, that's the hardest part. That's when people quit. That's when things get a little bit stressful, right? Because you have to deal with violations, registration, a bad review, like all these things that happen at the beginning that are very, very frustrating, right? So that's the hardest part. But once you get to the 10K, getting to 100K becomes a numbers game. Now it's the more you put in, the more you put out. You want to make more money on TikTok and you're making $10,000 already? Double down on the amount of influencers that you're working with, because that will translate into more content with AI. So if I'm working with 50 influencers per week and I'm making $10,000 a month, now is the time to work with 150 per week. But not only that, those 150 influencers that are going to create 150 videos for me are going to translate now into 300 videos, because now I'm using AI to create variations. And if you're playing at this level, it's literally impossible that you're not running a successful business on TikTok Shop. Because on TikTok, you don't have to be forcing people to buy from you. You're using influencers for that. The more influencers you get to your brand, the more people you unlock. Guys, your next customer is scrolling on TikTok right now. Right now, as we speak. So the best way to get to them is by applying these type of strategies correctly, but more important, consistently. Because you can do it wrong at the beginning, but if you're consistent with it, by third week, fourth week, 3 months in, you're already a beast. Because you already went over the obstacles. You know what's working, you know what's not working, you know what ads are good for you, you know what creators are making you more money, so you double down on them. But you need to have that level of consistency. It's not going to happen overnight. And one of the most difficult parts about this whole process is having the right mindset to continue on a day-to-day, regardless of the obstacles and the results. But if you're willing to do that, like Jamal, his birthday, and he's with us on this call, if you have that type of mindset, it's impossible for you to fail, because TikTok is putting us all the tools for us to succeed. This tool right here, I know this tool for a while, not on TikTok. I know this tool has been on TikTok for 8 months, and it was on a beta version. That's why I never brought it up, because it was beta. It was beta version. It was not good. Now it's perfect. They optimize this whole process, and now it's perfect. So I want you guys to start producing unlimited content for your brand before Q4. By Q4 2025, since you're working since January, or for some of you guys, since you're working since June, by 2025 Q4, which is where everybody want to be on TikTok, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving, all the good stuff, you're going to have probably 500 videos already created between influencers, affiliates, and AI. So by the time that you need to run ads on Q4 for Black Friday, for Cyber Monday, nobody can compete with you, because you already spent the last 3 months testing what marketing angle work, what the script is the one that actually bring you money, what influencer is bringing you more money, what product is the one that is actually making you the most, so you can remove all the other products out of the equation. And now it's money time. These last 3 months of this year can be the biggest month, or the biggest Q4 that you have ever experienced when it comes to selling on e-commerce. but the work happens 3 to 6 months before Q4. Many people come to me on Q4 desperate to get a brand from our team, thinking that maybe if we pull things up together and we make it happen, it's gonna just blow. In some cases, do, because it's TikTok, is very volatile. But the majority of the brands that see great results on Q4 are the ones that has been working prior to that to get to that level. So we're still on time. We're in the middle of summer. We have all these tools available for us. Competition on TikTok Shop is inexistent at this point because, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, half people are still dealing with registration. The other half are too rich. So there's a middle gap that is for us to just get the most out of it. The only thing that is going to require from you is mindset to overcome the challenges and consistency to actually stick to what is working and double down on that. Now, with that being said, guys, this is going to be something that I want to leave for you guys as a homework. I want to make sure that what we discussed today is being applied. For those that own a shop with my team and we basically running the whole show for you guys are going to have this next week, this upcoming week, a lot of updates on this from Brenda, from Michelle, from the team on how we're going to be implementing this moving forward for all brands in order for us to scale content. So if you're already getting influencer collaborations from creators, we're going to assign someone that is going to be producing content out of those campaigns for you consistently so we can now start running ads for your brand. We're going to have that conversation inside of the Slack groups. I want to show you guys how we can build ads for you guys. There's going to be, obviously, it's going to require for you guys to put some ad budget. You can start with $20 a day. I mean, it's up to you. But just know that we're going to be boosting sales through ads from the influencer and affiliate collaborations that we're getting on TikTok Shop. For those that are running the show yourself or you're doing it yourself, you have two options. You either do it yourself and you do it consistently to the point that it's actually successful, or you immediately hire someone, family member, your little cousin, your little brother, your mom, maybe your wife is staying at home, maybe she's pregnant, right? Whoever can have 3 hours a day to sit on a computer can make a shit ton of content with this AI tool. Again, all you need is to copy that content that the influencers are creating for you and just create more of that with AI. It's very simple. Then you put all that content into an ad campaign and you start testing. And those that are actually making you money, you keep it. Those that are not making money, you remove it because it didn't cost you a single penny. Back in the days, guys, I have to pay my influencers outside of TikTok. When I was running Shopify, I'll have to pay the influencer. The influencer will do the content. If the content makes money or not, really doesn't matter. I already paid for it. So it was more difficult because there's an investment behind that content. So if the content is not good, I have to stick to it. I don't have an AI tool to duplicate this content 10 times. I already pay the influencer because that's the way that it used to work. Now it's screw. Now I just waste marketing money that could have gone through other places. But now, these days, you have the advantage of using TikTok Shop, which is completely commission-based, meaning that you're getting all this content for free. Because they either get you sales and they get paid commission, or they didn't get you any sales, but they give you a video of your product that you can now Twitch as many times as you want and running on ads to give it a second chance to make you money. If we don't make money this way, with TikTok Shop in 2025, guys, I mean, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. At this point that we are right now, if you're showing up every day, if you're doing the right thing, if you're overcoming the challenges, you set up for success. There's no way to not make money on TikTok Shop. In fact, I think we have a couple people here that has experienced this. We were running social media campaigns. I mean, social proof campaigns for some of our partners, especially those that are new. when you are new, and we're gonna do a whole class about this subject because it's so important. When you're new to TikTok Shop, you need to create a social proof campaign that can allow buyers to buy from you at a discount price and leave you reviews for you to have testimonials, reviews, social proof on TikTok on your listing, because that's very important for conversions, but also show TikTok that you actually shipping your orders on time and that you have your stuff together to run a successful business on TikTok. So this social proof campaign is very, very, very important. Now, for some members here, we start running social proof campaigns, and within 24 hours, some of you guys got over 100 orders. I think we have Demetrius here. Mr. Demetrius got to, over 100 orders in less than 48 hours with a social proof campaign. So what I mean by that is there's over 100 people willing to buy from you tonight. Your next customer is watching people twerking on TikTok right now. So the sooner that you start doing these things and doing these ads and putting these samples out so the influencers can promote you, and then running ads and then creating motion for your brand, the better. Because we're talking about a platform that is massive, that doesn't take too long to take you to $10,000 per month. Let's say that we're selling a product at $100, which is quite expensive on TikTok, but I'm seeing more and more often wigs and products for $100. Now, if we're selling a product for $100 and we're trying to make 10,000, we only need 100 people. The same 100 people that bought from Mr. Demetrius when he was running the social proof campaign can easily buy again once the social proof campaign is gone. Let me put you this example. Let's say that we're selling the mouth tape, right? Now, the mouth tape is one of the reasons why it's my favorite product, is because people will need to buy more mouth tapes every month because it finished. So if I'm running a social proof campaign and I'm selling my mouth tape as at a discount price, and I'm getting all these orders from all these people at a discount price, so I maybe break even, might not even making that much money. I'm just trying to get buyers so I can get testimonials, I can get reviews, I can get social proof. But guess what? The same 100 people that buy from me at a discount price will come to me, or in this case to my partner or whoever we're running the brand for, on the next month. But on the next month, it's not going to be the discount price because I have to make some money. But now they have the option to bundle. Now, how this bundle is going to work is I'm going to give them the same product that they just got, but 6 packages. So the next 6 months can be covered, right? And I can make that 6 package bundle to be $100. I don't know if I can put it $100 on a multi. I might have to bring another example to this. But let's say that I create a bundle of my product that goes all to $100 or $50. Let's put it at $50, right? Now I don't need 100 people, I need 200 people. That's fine. 200 people on TikTok, that's nothing. We're talking about a platform with billions of users. The point is, if you have people buying from you consistently on TikTok Shop, a product that they need on a monthly basis, you can secure those $10,000 per month with just a group of people. You just have to maintain them buying from you, whether if it's on a whole bundle that will save them money and give them the product for 6 months, so they will come back on 6 months and the average order value is huge, or you give them discounts and offers for them to continue buying. Obviously, you need to have a hot product too, a product that actually solve a problem. If your product is not solving any problems, like the example that I show you, a very useless toy, right, that people are just buying because of the hype, that's fine too. Collect the back, make the most money that you can out of that product, like we did with the humidifier in 2023. We literally make over $300,000 on that product on TikTok Shop before it was completely saturated. But by the time that it got saturated, we already have 3, 5, 10 products, new products to test and to basically put in the market and continue catching trends. That's why it's also so important to have multiple shops. Because when you have multiple shops, you can have one shop that sells an evergreen product like the Malte or supplements or a very specific product that you know is going to sell during the entire year, and you know that at the end of the year or at the end of the second year, you can sell that brand for a lot of money. So that's your main brand. But you're also going to have a second brand, mind you can have up to 5 on TikTok, essentially selling products that are hot, like this product right here. I personally have shops where I sell everything. If something is popping up, if something is popular, if I'm seeing it over and over, I'm going into one of my shops that are specifically built for that. And I put that product there and I start scaling. And if I scale it too hard and too high and it's good, I might even open a third brand just to add this product into this third brand, run this brand only for this product, and keep the other one testing new products. That's the beauty of TikTok Shop. That's the beauty of having 5 shops or whatever amount of shops you're planning to have. I personally open LLCs just to get more brands to my name. And that's how I personally build in generational wealth, because I'm not for the cash flow. In some brands, I'm not even taking profits. I'm investing all the profits back into the brand. More products, more deals with influencers, more in-house creators that I'm hiring personally to work for me only, and more products and ads and whatever the brand needs to scale. I'm letting the brand scale because I know that 6 months from now, I'm going to sell that brand. But how can I sell a brand, or how can I know that one of my brands can auto pay for itself and eventually sell for hundreds, if not a couple millions of dollars? The way that I get there is by diversifying. If I have a hot product, if I have 5 hot products on one shop, why would I keep the 5 hot products if they are all different niches? Why would I keep them in one shop? I would rather open a new shop, take one of those hot products, put it in there, let it run the same way that it was running on my old brand, but now I have the chance to sell this brand. And if I take all the other 4 products remaining and I open 4 more TikTok shops and I add every product to every TikTok shop, now I have 5 TikTok shops that I can exit at some point. And that's how you build a portfolio of successful brands on TikTok shop. And on top of that, the content that is being created is either being created by the influencers or duplicated by AI. Meaning that I can easily run 5 shops and I can literally build an entire ecosystem and an entire empire on TikTok shop from my room. I don't have to create content. I don't have to do the hustle of having to sell to people on live streams. I don't have to do any of that. I send a sample of my product to the influencer. The influencer create content for me. Then I have my virtual assistant or anybody or even myself getting 5, 10, 20, 25 variations of the same content, and I just run it on ads. And I just let the money come in. That's what I want you guys to focus on. And that's really what I want you guys to take out of this class. I don't want this to be a class that you guys are going to watch and then go to sleep, or go to watch some Netflix and then tomorrow you wake up and you kind of like forget what we reviewed today. Because what we reviewed today is going to take some of you guys very, very far. Unfortunately, I can't say all of you guys, because I know that the success rate in this particular business is actually low, because not everybody take action, unfortunately. A lot of people like to keep information. They like to learn everything, know everything, but never, never, ever, ever put it into practice. And that's really what I want you guys to avoid. I want you guys to rewatch this class whenever you can, and then implement all these strategies into your brand. Okay? Make sure that you do that, because it's going to take you far. And the proof of this is going to be our own partners. We're going to be implementing this strategy to all of the partners that have an active shop on TikTok shop. I'm going to show you guys how effective this whole process is and how effective this strategy is if you do it right and if you do it consistent. Okay? With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy today's class. Again, this was completely recorded so you guys can have access to all this information. But before we go, I want to answer some of your questions. So if you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll be super happy to answer them before we go. You guys can drop it in the chat if you want.
I have one, Hannibal.
Yes, sir. How are you, Demetrius?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Happy to see you here.
The question is like for running the ads, if it was you, how long would you run that ad for? How long, I guess you'll make different ones, but how long are we going to be running those?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good question. The minimum will be 3 days. That's the bare minimum. After the 3 days, there's a process, there's a phase between 3 and 7 days where you are going to decide what ads are you going to leave on and what ads are you going to turn off. Some ads buyers or media buyers, they like to keep things running for 3 weeks before making any decision. But on TikTok Shop, I don't think that's necessary. I think 3 days is more than enough data to see if this is actually going to click. But if it clicks, you leave it run. You leave it running. You don't turn it off. You remove the ones that are not working, and then that will give you some room to bring on more creative and more videos to test. So your goal is always keeping your ads clean. Let's say that you start with 5 different videos, right? As I mentioned before, 2 of them will be on the top, for example. Those are the ones making you, one is making you 1,000, the other one is making you 500. And then the other 3 are not making you any money. What you're going to do is you're going to turn off the 3 that are not making you money. And then you either can bring 3 more videos to test and to use the same budget that you've been using, or you can duplicate the ones in the top. And if you're running an ad for $20 and it's making you that much money, you can now duplicate that budget and increase that ad. You're not gonna turn it off. You're always gonna keep it on. A successful campaign can last 6 months running. Because if it's making you money, Demetrius, why would you turn it off, right? Now, you do need to refresh it though. So you can keep it up for 6 months if you want, but you always need to refresh it. And the way that you refresh it is by bringing new creative, is by bringing new videos. So the people that are seeing the video, they might get a little bit saturated with the same video over and over. Now you're showing them the same product, but with different people using a different approach, maybe a different offer. If they didn't buy from you, now you're giving them a buy one, get one free discount. Now you got the sale. So just to clarify, ideally, you never want to turn it off. You always want to keep adding more and removing the ones that are not working. And I know that this can be an expense, but it's supposed to be doing a returning on the ad investment, because if it's not doing a ROA, if there's no ROA on the ad, you wouldn't even have it on in the first place. You will have turned it off already. So if it's on green and it's bringing you money and everything is paying for itself, you should keep it open as long as possible.
So all of the like the logistics of everything about about the ads and who's how many clicks it's getting, that's all within the TikTok shop. Because I have you guys running my shop for me, so I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely. You get access to all of that. I'm actually going to show you exactly how you can monitor this entire process. But it's very, very good because it shows you how much the ad has spent, what is the click rate, the add to cart, how many buys from your TikTok. And the good thing about this is when you're running ads for, let's say that you have a very successful post from an influencer, right? The influencer is bringing you good money. Now you want to run ads to that post. It's going to benefit both of you, because on one end, you can give your influencers some commission out of that ad, which I think you should, because it's goodwill and it gives them more room to create better content for you. This is completely optional, by the way. You can decide whether if you want to pay them on the ad, because you're paying for the ad. So paying for the ad and paying for the influencer, some people are like, I like when everybody wins. So if you want to give a little bit percentage of that ad to the influencer, that's good. But even if you don't want to give any commission to the influencer on the ad, they still benefiting from it, because all those views that the ad is getting is gonna show on their profile. So they can get more follows. They can get people to interact with their posts, and it's something that is not coming from their pocket. So they're always gonna agree for you to run ads to that content. But yeah, just to answer your question, it's a whole dashboard where you can watch the entire ad campaign and monitor the whole thing. Okay.
Sweet.
Let's get it, man. Let's start these campaigns.
All right.
Perfect. Any other questions that you guys might have before we go? Let's see. Do we need to get permission from the original creator? That's a good question. You do. In fact, and this is a tricky one, guys, because as I mentioned before, this is something where I see creators trying to take advantage. I personally deal with some creators that told me that if I want to run ads, I have to pay them a little bit more or whatever. I usually do it because that's my intention in the first place. If you make a video that is enough, it's good enough for me to run ads to, it means that I want more videos from you and I want to keep that relationship. So I'm open to give the influencer or the creator some commission on the ad. And on top of that, the benefits of running ads to their profile, which increase their visibility, their following. Now they can have more followers for other brands. I mean, it's all positive, right? So if your influencer is in the same page as you can either pitch them on running ads straight up. Hey, your video is good. I'm gonna run ads to it, and you're gonna get a bunch of new followers and a lot of engagement on your ad. Okay, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, perfect. So all I need from you is the authorization post. When you ask for the authorization post, they know exactly what they need to send to you. It's basically a code that you're gonna copy and you're gonna put on your ad manager, and it's gonna just have the authorization for you to run ads to that post. And in 98% or 99% of the cases, they will be good with that. There's going to be some creators that are going to negotiate with you. So in those cases, you're going to offer not only the fact that you're running ads to them, but also you're going to give them a small percentage of the sale, which is completely optional, but you can do it having in mind that this is a worth it collaboration. But if it's too complicated, if the influencer is trying to negotiate a crazy commission for the ads that you're going to be running, or if it's too much of a problem, or if they're asking you for some money aside, let's say that they say, oh, yeah, give me $300 and you can do it, forget about it. That's not, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. You know, I mean, I think I have done it, but if I have done it, it's because the influencer is just that good. And it just makes sense for the brand and for everybody involved. But it's very rare where you're gonna need to pay an influencer for them to allow you to run ads. That's not the case. But just to answer your question, you do need to get permission because you do need to have the authorization post. Without that, you can just run ads to the post. You actually need that. If the influencer did the content for you and you save that content to you, so you have that content on your end, and you want to put that content on ads using the video itself without the authorization post, you can do that. You can go ahead and run that ad. Let me just explain because this might be a little bit confusing for you guys. There's two ways that you can run ads to a post. One of them is to run the ads to the original post, which is what we all recommend, and that's called Spark ads. That means that the same post that people are watching is the same post that they're going to see on the ad. And if they interact with that post, it's also going to reflect on the original post. This is the best way to do it because now the influencer is getting all this engagement and it's just make everything super smooth. But if you're not getting the authorization post, let's say that you write to the influencer, but they're ghosting you, they're not responding to you, and you actually need to run this ad ASAP. What you can do is you can save the video because at the end of the day, it's your video, right? You pay for it. You pay with a sample. I mean, it's your content. You can use that video and then add it to the ad directly as part of your creative. And in this case, it's gonna create a separate post, meaning that all the engagement that happened on that post is gonna go straight to the ad and not to the influencer. So the influencer probably don't even gonna notice that you're running ads. So if you're not getting permission or if you're getting ghosted by the influencer and you're trying to run ads, you save that video because it's yours and use it on ads. But ideally, you want to negotiate with the influencer. You want to have a good relationship with them. You want to get the authorization post. You want to run those ads. And you also want these influencers to create more content because if people is enjoying the ad with that influencer in the camera, it's great to have more videos from that influencer. So when they actually visit the page, they see all their videos or you can also run other type of ad creatives with the same influencer. So just to answer your question, you do need to have permission, but in majority of cases, you're gonna get it. It's very, very, very rare that you see creators like going extra with these type of situations. Okay. Any other question before we go? I think we wrap it up. 2 hour session today. I think we covered a lot. I hope that you guys enjoy this class. You guys know we have missing classes on the past few weeks because everything is changing so much on TikTok Shop. It's very hard for me to keep up with all the information. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to apply all these strategies to our brands, to our partners. And once we succeed with it, then I put it together and I bring it either to one of these classes or I record it for the new TikTok Medici 3.0 course. With that being said, I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to start planning this next live masterclass in the next coming days. I want to make sure that the next subject is something that is being discussed privately a lot. So that way we can answer all these questions in real time. I'm talking about updates on the marketing bot. For example, as you guys know, the marketing bot is the best tool out there for scaling brands, especially if you're trying to implement this strategy. Having the marketing bot getting you those influencer collaborations is the cheat code. However, the marketing bot currently have a limitation. So once we send 1,000 invitations to influencers, it's gonna hit the limit. Okay, and I think it's good because TikTok don't want us to be spamming people with a bot, right? So 1,000 invitations is gonna top on that, and then for you to unlock more invitations, you need to make some money, right? You need to increase your GMV. You need to convert those collaborations into money. But now it becomes easier because if you send 1,000 invitations and you only get 100 responses and you only get 30 videos, right, on that first round, now those 3 videos or 30 videos can become 100 plus with AI. So I'm going to connect this class with the next class, and we're going to be talking about the marketing bot, how to use the marketing bot, how to hit that limit, because you're going to hit once you send 1,000 invitations, but what to do to unlock that. In these cases, we're going to use the influencers that are replying. We're going to double down on them. We're going to create a relationship with them. We're going to make them to post, and then we're going to use those posts with AI, replicate the content, and running on ads. And that will be enough for you to make enough money to unlock the bot. And now you have the bot unlocked, you can get more collaborations. So we're gonna pair this class with the next one. I have to prepare this, so I'm gonna tell you guys more about it during the week on school. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy everything that we're preparing on school. More important, I want you guys to really, really rewatch this class again and implement the strategies today. You need to go deeper into what we discussed today because I couldn't go step by step into every single aspect of this strategy. But I think it's very crystal clear what you guys have to do. In this case, be active with the collaborations with the influencers, recycle those influencer collaborations, use AI to replicate that content, and run ads. That's it. If you guys want a full class on how to run ads, also let me know in the school community so I can go ahead and do that for you guys. That being said, I also want you guys to interact a little bit more with the community on school. The community on school is built for you guys to succeed. So you guys know we have all their modules in here that we add into TikTok Medici, and we also have the community here. Shout out to Fernando Carrillo, Dimitrius, and Donovan, who are right now the top leaders inside of the community. This means that they have been interacting with the community more than others. So make sure that you guys interact with this community. Let us know your thoughts about these classes, and also any questions that you guys want to discuss. Drop it in here and I will be more than happy to answer them. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. It's always a pleasure for me to do these classes. I really enjoy doing it, but I enjoy more the results on the next coming days, hearing from you guys. If you guys are already running ads, if you guys are testing new marketing angles with the AI tool, I want to hear all of that and make sure that I'm helping you guys during the process. With that being said, it was a pleasure once again. Thank you so much. The recording session is going to be available on Whoop and School in the next coming minutes. So let me know how ways we can improve on the next class, or if you guys have any specific subject that you guys want me to cover in these classes, and I'll be happy to do it. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I'll see you guys next week. Let's get it.